Hey everybody, welcome back to Duality 7X. I'm your host Shiraz, and I've got a quick little update here. Um, Apparently, Raja Jackson is very disappointed with this son. I'm hearing all kinds of things. You know, there's some people talking about how Raja's not talking to his son anymore. Just little silly things like that. Look, Raja Jackson did a very heinous attack on a Syko Stu. The fact is, like, facts are facts, guys. And Rampage is Raja's dad, and naturally, being his dad, he's going to be there to console him. He's going to be there to discipline him, straighten him out. I'm hoping, give him a talking to when your kids go out of line, like he did. But he's his father. It's not like he's going to avoid talking to him. Like, these aren't like. So just avoid all that garbage that you're hearing, guys. Like, at the end of the day, a punch or two. Okay, look, for what happened to Raja with, Syko Stu hitting him on the side of his head with the beer can, that was unnecessary. But in the sport of wrestling, it's called a receipt. And that means Rampage, that means Raja can go out there and basically pay back at some point or another, maybe with a shot or two or whatever, maybe rough him up a little bit, maybe pick him up, pin him through the canvas or something like that. I don't know, but a punch or two, okay. 20 punches to the head while a man remains motionless, unconscious, spitting up on his blood and teeth is pure assault. It's the worst thing that can happen. This guy's a family man. He's married. He's a former military vet. He chose the sport of wrestling for whatever reason. This is the sport that he chose to entertain people and for him to be able to deal with this PTSD. Communities have rallied around. There's been such an outpour of reaction from people all around the world. That's probably the most comments I'm getting on my videos because people just have so many different opinions on the matter, and everyone is concerned, everyone is shocked, and everyone is upset. And a lot of people are asking, how come Raja hasn't been apprehended yet by the police? Because the LAPD was doing an investigation, and there's like various organizations, like the WWE has cut its affiliation and ties with the indie organization KnokX Pro Wrestling. So there's a lot of backlash, things that have happened because at the result of what Raja did to Syko Stu. But at the same time, a lot of questions are surrounding Raja, his mental health, his state. Where is he? Why hasn't he come forward? And why hasn't the police done anything about it? I heard through various sources that Syko Stu has not pressed charges yet. That's not to say that he's not going to press charges. He just hasn't at this point. So whether he chooses to do that or not, that remains a big question. Rampage, there's other sources that are indicating that Rampage feels that his son is going to get his son is most likely going to be apprehended soon, and there's a lot of discussion surrounding the possibility of Raja serving some prison time because of this whole fiasco. We're just super happy that Syko Stu has been released from the hospital. Unfortunately for him, he suffered a broken, fractured jaw. He's lost some teeth, and he's got some head injuries as well. But he was released by the hospital, allowed to go home. But it's going to be a long road to recovery for Syko Stu. A long road to recovery. And he may very well never be the same person again. That said, that could mean that his career might have come to an end, for all that we know. So, of course, I'll be keeping you up to date with more information as it becomes relevant. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate hearing the comments, and I look, everyone, not everyone's going to see eye to eye on this topic. Not everyone's going to have the same opinion, but that's important. It's important to have these discussions, right? I mean, I just did a video. I'm doing, or sorry, a video is going to be coming out here on. I just filmed a video, I guess is what I was trying to refer to, about two boxers in Tokyo who fought on the same card. The two young fighters in the prime of their life who fought on the same card only to pass away due to brain injuries within 1 week after the fight. The fight was on August 2nd. One fighter passed away as a result of his injuries. I guess he had like brain bleeding and stuff like that. They had to the doctors had to perform some emergency surgery on him. 6 days later, he passed away. And then a day after him, the other fighter who fought on the same card, not the fighter he fought, but another fighter who got knocked down, on the same card, passed away 1 day later. So discussions need to happen about when it comes to safety and security. Regulatory bodies are going to have to chime in. I'm sure there's organizations that are already discussing this topic and putting together and drafting legislation to discuss how to mitigate from potential accidents, especially when it comes to security, guys. And I'm not just talking about the security of the fans, I'm talking about the securities of the fighters, talking about drafting up particular legislation that protects them as well too, because these are individuals who on a night-to-night, day-to-day basis go out there and put their bodies and lives on the line strictly to entertain us, right? So it's easy for us to sit back and have a drink and snacks and watch the entertainment, but at the end of the day, these are guys, most of which whom are adults, or throwing their bodies left, right, and center, falling, flying off the top rope, or landing on tables and chairs, and you got ladders, and you're getting hit with all kinds of foreign objects, and landing the wrong way or whatever. I mean, lots of accidents happen. They happen on a day-to-day basis. And even when it's not scripted, like, especially in boxing, and you got, you got fighters with gloves on and padding and stuff, and still injuries are happening. So tell me what you guys think. I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to hear your comments. It's kind of like a somber topic. I'm not trying to bring the mood down. It's kind of sad, I think about a guy like Stu, and all that he's been through, and for what he's trying to go through in terms of his journey, for it to come potentially crashing to an end like this doesn't seem fair. And then I think about Raja, and I think about where his mental health is at. There's rumors that he's never been the same ever since his mom got murdered, and all kinds of things have happened to these individuals. But where do we draw the line? Like, assault is assault, right? So anyhow, I appreciate you guys watching. If you found this video resourceful, insightful, please make sure to like and subscribe and share. It really helps the channel grow and gets more people involved in these important discussions. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.